So today we're going to talk about the stock market crash. So the thing about the stock market is, if people start selling off and start panicking, the stock market goes down. So we're going to read an article also, because I can't drill all this into my head, so I'm going to need some help trying to recall what I'm trying to say. So without further ado, why does the stock market crash and what causes it to crash? So a stock market crash is a sudden dramatic decline of a stock price across a major cross-section of a stock market, resulting in a significant loss of paper worth. So if the stock market crashes, your currency, your paper, your fiat declines also. So that's one thing to see. If the stock market is good, the value of your money goes up. So there you go. So crashes are driven by panic selling and underlining the economic factor. Another thing is people start panicking and selling off the stocks. Usually corporations don't sell the stock, right? They want people to buy into the stock, but the people that bring the prices down are the people that get panic and start selling off stocks. So that's what brings the prices down. So that's another thing. So a stock market crash is a social phenomenon where external economic events combined with crowded psychology in a positive feedback loop, where selling by some market participant drives more participants to sell. So there you go. The more you talk about crashes and things like that, people in their mind speculate that all this is going to happen. So it creates a loop around, and people that participate in stocks start selling off, and it creates a mimic. Everybody start mimicking and start selling off all their stocks. So that's what also occurs when people get these negative speculations on the stock market and people start selling. So generally speaking, the crash usually occur under the following condition: a prolonged period, rising stock prices, a bull market, and excessive economic optimism. So also, if the market continues to have a bull run and the price keeps on going up, sooner or later, the ones that analyze these things and things like that, and they consider a bull run that goes up too fast, too rapidly, and stays up there, sooner or later it has to come down, right? It's going to have a bear run. A bear run means that it's going to go down. A bull run means that stock goes up. So as it keeps on going up, and the bull run, evidently it's going to crash. A crash is when it just dips straight down without stopping. So as it goes more than 10%, that's a serious crash. Is it at 10? I guess it's just a minor crash, but that's what they consider a crash. When they consider a bear run. So a market where prices earning ratio exceeds long-term average and extensive use of margin debt and average by market participant, other aspects such as wars, large corporate hacks, and changes in federal law and regulations, a natural disasters with economically productive areas may also influence a significant decline in stock market value of wide range stocks. So also the stock market could be also affected by wars, shortage of products, things like that the company cannot buy to supply the consumer. So that also brings a hole to the market and brings the value down. So it's all kinds of scenarios and aspects that could create a market crash. It's not just the market. Some people, the new thing, people just think about numbers and companies and things like that. We don't think how companies get there and how they make the companies or corporations grow. So the participants are the ones that buy these shares of the company, and as the company grows, you grow. But if the companies are not growing and they don't see, the prices going up, they figure that the company's not worth buying, and they don't invest in it. The investors what keeps the stock market going up. But if the investors pull out, the market will go down and it will get affected too. So people got say on the market whether it goes up or down also. It's not just corporations. But anyway, let's get into other things. So with that, and stock prices of corporations competing against the effect of corporations may rise despite the crash. So companies usually don't suffer the effects of the crashes because they're so big and they got so much money invested on that they could lose a couple of thousands, but I don't say thousands because these companies got millions, so they could afford to lose a couple of millions, right? But the average person that puts money into these corporations can afford to lose millions. So they put their millions out or their thousands. The average person put thousands. Millionaires put millions. So these millionaires, if they want to pull out and take all their money out with either with wins or with losses, they'd rather take out the millions to lose everything. So that also brings the prices of the stock market down. So crashes are generally unexpected, right? Before a crash, over the world seems almost stationary, deceptively also balanced at a set point, so that when a crash finally hits, it's evidently it will. Everyone seems surprised, and over the brains keep telling us it's not time for a crash. Usually people don't want to think about a crash, right? People keep on investing. But the thing is that nobody can predict the stock market. So that's the thing about this. If people start speculating that the market is going to crash and they put it out there, the propaganda, the housing market bubble, all this, people start getting these ideas that, it's going to happen, it's, take your money out. So that brings the price down. But when the prices go down, there's other opportunity because other people that have much money will buy back in, and they don't put thousands, they put, the millions. And when the stock market goes back up, because when they say when it goes and a bear run down, a crash, it's gonna come back up. And today's time and the technology we're in, it will come up within minutes, seconds, hours, and in one day, that person will become a millionaire or a zillionaire. Did I say that right? A zillionaire or a trillionaire within a matter of hours or in 2 days. That's how good the stock market is. It's today. Like 40 years ago, it would take you years just to profit. But in this time of day, especially with the cryptocurrency that the youngsters are more into, they don't want to deal with that old stock market price and regulations, all that interfering with these hedge funds and things like that, right? The new generations are into crypto, and crypto has made more money for youngsters at this time and age more than 40 years ago to these old generations. Young people 18, 20, 21, 24 became millionaires within days or within weeks. They hit the $1 million mark. So, it's hard for a young person to see that they could actually make money so quick. I won't believe it myself, because when I did it, I had a grin for 3 days, but I was into crypto, and crypto made me more money quickly than my stock market. But in my stock market, I reinvest my dividend back into the stock. So I don't buy no more stocks. I let my dividend pay for itself. But in the crypto, there's no dividend. So whatever you put into is what you get out once it multiplies when it, when the stock goes up in price. So I think for every 10 points, you reach almost 1,000, like 10%, which is good. Crypto is clients more faster than stock, I see. But anyway, I just want to put that out. Why do the stock market crashes, and what are the causes, right? The main causes are speculation, and that drives people to sell and push other people to sell because it's in their mind that if the stock market's gonna crash, they want to pull out and cut their losses. So it's all kinds of scenarios, but you can't always believe the speculations. You got to go with your gut. Not only your gut, you got to do your research, because that's where it's at. You got to learn about the business, and you got to know what you're getting into, right? Because there's cash involved. There's money. No matter how you pay in crypto and cash got to go in first before it turns to crypto. But anyway, also the IRS is getting into crypto. They're not going to let these crypto people or community, whoever's into it, because they consider that a business. Is you doing business in any exchange in America, in any parts of the world, your government is going to tax you on that money. If you're making profit, it's taxable. So that's another thing. The cryptocurrency was made to detach from the government, but I don't think it's going to happen because the government is always there, and they want their cut without them breaking their backs or doing anything. So anyway, I want you to think about that, and always do your due diligence. Don't take it only from me. Do your research is out there. And the stock markets of the one that I'm going to mention, the 1929, the Great Depression, the 1987, I think it was the Black Tuesday, right? The .com crash, and 2008, the financial and mortgage crisis crash, and now the 2020. But really what caused the crash of 2020 was the pandemic, right? The coronavirus. So that's what hold everything down, and that's what crashed. But they always say wherever there's disaster and despair, there's always opportunity. So you got to take the opportunity to invest in all these stocks. And with that, I let you go.